स्टुडंट्स आसा ते येऊन रिसर्च करूंक शकतले. They will be doing research in Goa, they will be taking projects in Goa, school kids will be able to come there and do projects.
That's great to know.
Yeah, so
For this we wanted additional space.
Yeah, that is why the observatory is trying to develop itself, junta hawdanuch, because it is the center of the city. And fortunately or unfortunately, astronomy is a night activity. ते रातचे जाता. So रातचे सगळे भुरग्यांक बी धाडपाक, चलयांक बी धाडपाक आवय बापूय मातशी फाटी सरतात. So we need a place in the center of the city which is safe. That was the news that the observatory is getting developed. So maybe आता सध्या 25वें वर्ष चालू झाला. So by the end of this year, maybe we'll have a beautiful facility in Goa, and all you can come there and continue your astronomy interest.
No, I was thinking of coming, but then at my age, I've got my own career.
Okay.
What will I do there? I'm not into serious research or as a career. But I mean, is there something interesting for a common Goan to just come in, even if you're not?
You say something.
Like you, actually, I'm also a member of AFA. You can also come and become a member here. It's a life-changing activity, if you ask me.
So you
Madam,
go there
I
often,
connected very recently, with 5-6 years back. Till then, I was out of touch for about 15-20 years.
I would like to tell you one thing apart from that. Apart from that, astronomy is such a beautiful science. ताका age नसता. The day you stop living in the universe, you go away from it. तू म्हण की म्हजी age नाही म्हणून. If you are living in the universe, you are using the oxygen of this universe to be alive, then you have to come to the observatory. You have to know astronomy. Astronomy is not a rocket science, Dhruv. You are a field of Portuguese field. तू म्हणतलो academic field मजे वेगळे असा, astronomy कसा पण related असा. But everybody is related to astronomy. Okay. See, we were all born from one star. It is proved that one star exploded about 5 billion years ago, and the dust that flew off. No, Big Bang is the origin of the universe.
Okay.
This is called a stellar evolution, or the second generation star.
Okay.
Our sun is a star which has evolved from a dying star. A huge star exploded, and the gas of that exploding star became the sun. And the dust usळी, त्या dustátल्यान आमी planets निर्माण झाले. We say, no madam, we come from dust
to the dust.
and we go back to the dust. It is
Yes,
literally
yes.
true. So
Okay.
we are all connected by dust. We are all born from the stars. We are all one. I don't see any difference between you, between animals, between plants, nothing. They are all the same type of life in different forms. So it gives us unity. Astronomy is a beautiful science because when you go 100 kilometers above Earth and look at the beautiful planet, do you see borders?
No.
Do you see
No
India,
borders,
Pakistan,
no,
Afghanistan?
no.
It is a unifying
No
science.
communities, nothing.
One world, one sky म्हणतात आम्ही. It is a beautiful science which unites you together, which makes all human beings one. So that's why I am
I
attached to
was
it.
reading Lonely Planet. The observatory is also listed there as a major attraction. Lot of tourists must be coming.
Yeah, foreigners come. In fact, Dhruv, I would like to tell you की अमेरिकेच्यान आणि इंग्लंडच्यान युरोपच्यान युकेच्यान लोक येतात आणि म्हणतात अरे असली फॅसिलिटी आमकां थंय ना. पब्लिक एस्ट्रॉनॉमिकल ऑब्झर्वेटरी सगळे कडेन असतात. ज्यो सगळ्यो ऑब्झर्वेटरी तुम्ही पळयतात, दोज ऑब्झर्वेटरीज आर रिसर्च ऑब्झर्वेटरीज. पब्लिक इज नॉट अलाउड टू गो इन. बट दिस ऑब्झर्वेटरी इज ओपन फॉर एव्हरीबडी. एव्हरीबडी कॅन कम अँड एन्जॉय देमसेल्व्स देअर लाईफ इन दिस युनिवर्स. This is our public astronomical observatory in Goa. So I hope I have answered some of your questions. Anything more?
When I was young, I always wanted to be an astronaut and go into space. I wonder if it's possible today. What do you think?
Trust him to do something different.
सदांच सगळ्यांक चडशे लोकांक भुरगेपणान एस्ट्रोनॉट जावपाची आवड आसता न्ही, स्पेसान वचपाची, प्लॅनेट स्टार्स बी सगळे एक्सप्लोर करपाची.
सो पायलट जावप किंवा एस्ट्रॉनॉट जावप हे सगळ्या भुरग्यांक आवडटा. ऍक्च्युली न्ही अनिरुद्ध तुवें एक एस्ट्रॉनॉमीच्यान लिटल बीट वेगळो पण एक रेलेवंट क्वेश्चन विचारलो. आय वूड लायक टू रियली टेक द क्वेश्चन. कितें जालें जाणा, एस्ट्रॉनॉट जावप इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट बट इट इज रेअर. आतां कितें आसा न्ही, आतां लोक म्हणटले आमी आतां आमच्या गोंयच्या भुरग्यांच्या लेवलाचेर उलयतात. कॅन अ गोवन चायल्ड बिकम एन एस्ट्रॉनॉट अशें आमी क्वेश्चन घालया. सो आय वूड से द आन्सर वाय नॉट. इट इज इजी, इट इज पॉसिबल. आमच्या इंडियान तुमकां खबरूच आसा, आमचे रोल मॉडेल्स आसा न्ही, कल्पना चावला,
तांचे पयलीं राकेश शर्मा आनी ताचे मागीर
Sunita Williams.
Williams, they are all our role models. So they were not astronomers, they are all engineers. Okay, एस्ट्रॉनॉटिक्स करपा जाय जाल्यार इट इज अ लिटल डिफरंट फील्ड. तुमी एस्ट्रॉनॉटिक्सान वचपा जाय जाल्यार इनफॅक्ट आतां वचूंक मेळना आमकां चारूय जाणांक, पण आमचे जे यंगर जनरेशन आसा तांकां आमी मेसेज पास करया की वॉट यू हॅव टू डू इज यू हॅव टू गो इन टू इंजिनियरींग फील्ड. एस्ट्रॉनॉमी आवडू ना आवडू पण इंजिनियरींग फील्डान वचूंक जाय. देन यू हॅव टू गो टू डिफेन्स, पायलट जावपाक जाय. सो सच थिंग्स, फ्लायींग, यू हॅव टू लायक फ्लायींग. फ्लायटाचो फियर असपाक जायना. ओके, इट इज ट्रेमेंडस टू गो टू स्पेस.
बापरे.
वयच्यान जेन्ना पृथ्वी पळयता तेन्ना कितें आकांत जातलो, यू कॅन इमॅजिन दॅट.
म्हणजे लांब प्रोसिजर आसतलो तर वेगळे वेरियस स्टेप्स.
हय, इट इज नॉट इजी. पळय, एक सिंपल वे आय वूड लायक टू आन्सर युअर क्वेश्चन अनिरुद्ध न्ही, की अमेरिकेन नासा आसा अमेरिकेचे एस्ट्रॉनॉट वतात सगळे अमेरिकेच्या भुरग्यांक एस्ट्रॉनॉट जावपाक जाय पूण सगळे अमेरिकन पावनात ते सुद्दां 7-8च वतात सो इट इज द सेम वे एस्ट्रॉनॉट जावप इज अ व्हेरी रेअर थिंग ताका फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डीप इंटरेस्ट जाय डिटर्मिनेशन इंजिनियरींग जाय तुका फ्लायिंगाची इंटरेस्ट जाय यू मस्ट कल्पना चावलाची हॉबी आशिल्ली फ्लायिंग डू यू नो दॅट स्पेस फ्लायट क्लब इन हर प्लेस शी वॉज अ मेंबर ऑफ दॅट क्लब शी यूज टू फ्लाय स्मॉल प्लेन्स सो तुका फ्लायटाची इंटरेस्ट आसपा जाय आनी मागीर तुका हे जर इंटरेस्ट आसा जाल्यार नासा इज एडवर्टायझींग अगेन ऑन देअर वेबसायट यू अप्लाय फॉर द कोर्स इट इज नॉट दे आर नॉट एडवर्टायझींग वेकन्सीज फॉर एस्ट्रॉनॉट्स दे आर एडवर्टायझींग वेकन्सीज फॉर द एस्ट्रॉनॉटिक स्कूल सो तुमी अप्लाय करात एक्सटेन्सिव्ह ट्रेनिंग जाता एस्ट्रॉनॉटांक एक्सटेन्सिव्ह ट्रेनिंग जाता फिजिकल फिटनेस इज व्हेरी इंपॉर्टंट अँड देन देर इज अ सिलेक्शन इट्स लायक अ जॉब तुमी सगळे बीकॉमाक गेले म्हणून सगळे बँकेचे मॅनेजर जायनात
That is
okay
correct.
that is like that there is a selection and you can get it and even if you don't become an astronaut you can come back to mission control and you can because going up to space is as important as coming back.
How do I become an astronaut is a question that I get very often. And it's not surprising that we would get that question because, of course, it is tremendously inspiring and it is, in some way, the thing that dreams are made of. But there is another aspect to being an astronaut, and that's an astronaut of that's an aspect of tremendously hard training. There's an aspect of being extremely knowledgeable in a broad range of areas, to be exceptionally adaptable to different problems and issues and the like. Astronauts are quite remarkable generalists who can be assigned to a broad range of activities and who really have the ability to adapt to that. Now, we don't hire astronauts all the time. We had the first European astronaut selection campaign in 1978. We had one in 1992, and we just had the third one in 2008, 2009. Today, I wouldn't be able to say when the next selection campaign will occur, but what I can say is that of those who actually became astronauts, they prepared perpetually as though the next campaign was just around the corner.
कॉलेजीन पावतकच पळय चडशी भुरगीं सगळी इंजिनियरींग मेडिसीन कॉमर्स लॉ बी सगळे हातूंनी वता जे भुरगेपणान इंट्रस्ट आसता एस्ट्रॉनॉमीन एस्ट्रॉनॉट जावपाचो बी तो एस्ट्रॉनॉमीन इंट्रस्ट कसो सस्टेन करपाचो काय
So I think the best person to sustain an interest in astronomy is yourself. तुका determination असपाक जाय because astronomy basically I think is two things. One is interest in it and one is sustaining the interest in that.
Right.
So lot of reading is required. Okay, see आमचो युनिवर्स केदो व्हडलो आसा इट इज मॅसिव इट इज मायंड बॉगलिंगली मॅसिव आनी एवरी सेकंड इट इज एक्सपांडिंग सो इट इज बिकमिंग बिगर एंड बिगर सो हाव लेस वी नो अबाउट अवर युनिवर्स okay and as soon as you buy a book in the market on astronomy next day it becomes outdated more data is required okay but do you know how many moons Jupiter has
I think around 27, 28
Okay.
When we were in school, they were 16. Now I think they are
no,
20.
my
or
dad was in
22.
school also they were 16
16,
do you know that as of today Jupiter has more than 100 moons
Oh my God.
we didn't know that
Yeah.
Jupiter is the biggest planet in solar system आमकां दिश्टी पडटा दोळ्यान आतां दिसता पण आमकां खबर ना this is what I'm saying Dhruv you have to have an interest in it so only interest you can sustain is by reading and luckily today very luckily we are internet generation आमकां updates मेळटा there are so many websites नासाची वेबसायट आसा so many websites आमचे इंडियन इस्रो आनी इंडियन इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ एस्ट्रॉनॉमी एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स तांचे वेबसायट्स आसा you just go to the websites you subscribe to those websites and they'll give you updates you keep up in your interest just by looking at the sky is not the end of it तुम्ही वाचन जाय भरपूर डेटा कलेक्ट करपाचो इंटरेस्ट जाय that's it
See, what I think is important is when the kid shows interest in astronomy, it's important that the parents encourage this interest, take him to the observatory and let him develop that interest for the future. For example, we have not seen it, but ma'am, you must have seen Halley's Comet. I believe my
came
mother,
in
remember my mother telling me Halley's Comet was one of the best experiences of her life. You must have seen it.
Yes, and all the children, we were all very excited when we saw it. And, you know, at that point of time, everybody wants to go
An
into
astronomer,
astronomy.
yeah.
So when that kind of interest is shown by a child, and when a child is constantly talking about astronomy, it's our parents' responsibility to see that we give them a medium where they can continue and keep that interest going till they grow up and be able to do research on their own.
Exactly. That's
There are
what I said.
definitely important events like Halley's Comet, which the observatory.
एक्लिप्सिस आसा आतां
Eclipses,
आमी गोंयान सगळे कडेन जे ऑब्झर्वेटरीज हांवें म्हणले थंय सगळे मॉनिटर जाताय आनी देर आर स्पेशल प्रोग्राम्स कंडक्टेड कितें कितें इव्हेंट्स जे तुवें आयकूंक सुद्दां नासतले ट्रान्झिट्स असतात ताका ट्रान्झिट म्हणटात विनस ट्रान्झिट मर्क्युरी ट्रान्झिट मागीर वर्साक 2-3 खूब उल्का पडटात मिटिओर शावर म्हणटात ताका मिटिओर शावर मॉनिटरींग जाता देर आर डिफरंट हेवनली इव्हेंट्स आमी आयकतात सुपर मून बी सगळ्यांनी दोज थिंग्स समथींग लायक दॅट So many things are happening. We just have to open our eyes and tune to the universe. ओके इंटरेस्ट सस्टेन करपाक कोणें करप तो भुरग्यांक जो इंटरेस्ट आसा म्हाका दिसता लुइजा मॅडमीन शी नेल्ड इट की पेरंट्स हॅव टू डू इट आय थिंक बेसिकली न्ही मॅडम आमी हे तुमी सगळे हांगा क्वेश्चन एक विचारपा आयिल्ली की वाय एस्ट्रोनॉमी वेदर इट इज टेंजिबल लोकांनी भुरग्यांनी करियर घेवचें तातूंत तांकां कितें फायदो आसा अवश्य घेवचें अवश्य फायदो आसा पण पेरंट्साची जबाबदारी की तांच्या भुरग्यांक इंटरेस्ट आसा एस्ट्रोनॉमीन तांकां त्या डायरेक्शनान तांणी हेल्प करपा जाय वचपाक बिकॉज इफ यू से दॅट एस्ट्रोनॉमी कितें रे बाबा इंजिनियरींग आसा मेडिसीन आसा IT आसा लॉ आसा हे सगळें आसून तूं खंय धांवता अशें ज्या वेळार म्हणटा आवय बापूय ते एस्ट्रोनॉमीची इंटरेस्ट मरता दॅट इज द एंड ऑफ इट दॅट इज वाय मे बी आवर गोवन किड्स ऑल किड्स आर नॉट एबल टू टेक अप एस्ट्रोनॉमी एज अ करियर
Correct.
दॅट्स वॉट अनिरुद्ध बोरकर लुइजा गेरा आणि ध्रुव उसगांवकर तुम्ही 3 जण आमचे प्रोग्राम पळवणारे एप्रिशिएट करणारे आमची एफर्ट की आम्ही एस्ट्रोनॉमी समथिंग अनयुज्युअल लोकां पर्यंत पावोवपाक इंटरेस्ट करतात आय थँक यू ऑल फॉर युअर सपोर्ट आणि ह्या प्रोग्रामान येवन तुमचे क्वेश्चन विचारले म्हणून काबार जावं ना आनी क्वेश्चन येतले ते घेवन तुम्ही परत येवपाक शकतात आणि आमचे सगळे जनरल पब्लीक जी आमचे प्रोग्राम पळवणारे आसात लोक आसात भुरगीं आसात तांकांय हांव रिक्वेस्ट करता की हांवें वाय एपिसोड आमचे कंटिन्युअसली परत परत जायत आसतले कितें कितें क्वेश्चन आसा तुमचे एस्ट्रोनॉमीचे स्पेसाचे आनी कितेंय सायन्साचे तुम्ही हांगा सकल आमची ईमेल ID आसा आमकां मेल करत रावात आनी सगळ्यान बरे क्वेश्चन आमी सिलेक्ट करून तुमकांय बी हांगा प्रोग्रामान येवपाची ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी दितले आनी तुमचो प्रश्न सगळ्यांचो प्रश्न आसूं शकता सगळ्यांक तांची उत्तरां मेळूंक शकता हे आमी करपाचे प्रयत्न करतले आज हांगाच काबार करया पूण काबार करचे पयलीं सगळ्यांक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा थँक्स फॉर कमिंग अँड कीप अप द इंटरेस्ट इन एस्ट्रोनॉमी मॅडम आणि तुम्ही ट्रॅव्हल एजन्सी चलयतात केन्नाय स्पेसान बी कितें तरी तुमचं टूर पॅकेज आसा जाल्यार म्हाका सांगात अँड आय थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस वी कॅन ऑल गो टू स्पेस
Definitely.
अँड एन्जॉय फॉर अ वीकेंड इन स्पेस अँड कम बॅक सो हेच नोटाचेर आयचो प्रोग्राम हांगाच काबार करता पळयत रावात अंतरिक्ष अप अँड अवे ओनली ऑन प्रुडंट